Welcome to El Oráculo Cifrado, the channel where we decode the secrets of money and cryptocurrency. Today we're talking about Bitcoin, what it really is and why it could change. Wait. What if everything you were taught about money, banks, and how the economy works is one big lie designed to keep you poor? I know that sounds radical, but in the next few minutes I'm going to show you data, numbers, and facts that will shake everything you thought you knew about money. Let's start with an uncomfortable question. The money sitting in your bank account, that number you see on your phone, do you know what it actually is? It's not gold, it's not silver, it's a promise. A promise your government can break at any moment by printing more bills. Over the last 50 years, the dollar has lost more than 97% of its original value. 97%. That's not an accident. That's the system working. Here's the promise I'm making you today. By the end of this video you'll understand what Bitcoin truly is. Not the dumbed-down version they give you on the news. You'll know why institutions managing trillions of dollars are actively buying Bitcoin right now. And most importantly, you'll understand why this could be the biggest On October 31st, 2008, right in the middle of the global financial crisis, someone named Satoshi Nakamoto published a 9-page document that would change the history of money forever. Nobody knows who Satoshi is. It could be one person. It could be a group. Think about that. Someone created the most revolutionary financial system in history and then simply vanished, leaving Bitcoin with no owner, no boss, no central control. That had never happened before in human history. Alright, let's cover the basics in a way nobody else has explained to you. Bitcoin is digital money that belongs to no government, no bank, and no company. It's decentralized, meaning thousands of computers around the world are simultaneously verifying and protecting it. To hack Bitcoin you'd need to control more than 51% of that entire network at once, which would require more energy than entire countries consume. In practical terms, Bitcoin is the most secure asset that exists in the digital world. Here's the detail that makes Bitcoin completely different from any currency in history. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. Not one more. Ever. The code guarantees it mathematically. Compare that to the dollar, where the Federal Reserve can print trillions out of thin air, like they did in 2020 and 2021 when they printed 40% of all dollars in existence in just 2 years. Stop for a second. I need you to process something. While you're watching this, BlackRock, the largest investment fund in the world with over $10 trillion in assets, is already actively buying Bitcoin. Larry Fink, their CEO, the same man who in 2017 called Bitcoin an index of money laundering, now says Bitcoin is a legitimate asset and every portfolio should have exposure to it. Do you realize what that means? The people who attacked it before are now quietly buying. Look at these numbers and tell me your jaw doesn't drop. In 2010, a programmer named Laszlo Hanich paid 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 pizzas. Those 2 pizzas would be worth over $1 billion today. In 2013, Bitcoin hit $1,000 for the first time. In 2017, it nearly touched 20,000. In 2021, it surpassed 68,000. And in 2024, it broke $100,000 for the very first time in history. Every single time someone said Bitcoin was finished, it came back stronger. Every single time. There's an event programmed into Bitcoin's code that has historically sent its price skyrocketing. And it's called the halving. Every 4 years or so, the number of new Bitcoins being created gets cut exactly in half. Less new supply, same or greater demand, the price goes up. This happened in 2012, 2016, 2020, and 2024. After every single halving, Bitcoin has reached new all-time highs within 12 to 18 months. It's not magic, it's pure mathematics. And it's written. Meet Michael Saylor, the man who probably understands Bitcoin better than anyone in the corporate world. This guy took his company, MicroStrategy, and converted practically the entire corporate treasury into Bitcoin. Today MicroStrategy holds over 200,000 Bitcoin, more than $20 billion. Saylor says something that'll stick with you. Bitcoin is the hardest, brightest, most resilient asset humanity has ever created. He didn't invest 10% of his company in Bitcoin. He invested practically everything, and his company is now worth 10 times more than before. This video is possible thanks to Binance. Compra Bitcoin sin comisiones. Link in description. Banks have existed for centuries and have held an absolute monopoly on money. But think about it this way. To send money abroad through a traditional bank, you pay between 3% and 8% in fees. It takes 3 to 5 business days. And the bank can block your transfer without giving you any explanation. With Bitcoin, you send any amount, to anywhere in the world, in minutes, with minimal fees, and nobody can stop it. It's unstoppable by design. Which one would you choose? I'm going to be completely honest with you, because that's what sets us apart here at El Oráculo Cifrado. Bitcoin is volatile. Seriously. It has dropped 80% in value on multiple occasions. If you invest money you need to live on, you can suffer tremendously during those downturns. The golden rule that every expert repeats is simple and direct. Never invest more in Bitcoin than you're fully prepared to lose. Bitcoin is not a fast track to wealth. It's a long-term thesis that requires conviction. Patience. Here are the 5 most important predictions about the financial future with Bitcoin. Based on real trends. Number 1. More countries will adopt Bitcoin as a national reserve. El Salvador already did. Number 2. Bitcoin ETFs will attract trillions in institutional dollars over the coming years. Number 3. The traditional banking system will radically transform or disappear as we know it. Number 4. Younger generations already prefer Bitcoin over gold as a store of value. And number 5. Financial privacy will become one of the most valued rights of the 21st century. In 2021, El Salvador did something no country had ever done before. It adopted Bitcoin as official legal tender alongside the dollar. The entire world laughed. The IMF threatened them. Traditional economists said it would be a disaster. What actually happened? Tourism grew by more than 30%. International remittances, which previously cost up to 10% in fees, now arrive almost free. And the country's Bitcoin reserves are showing significant gains. The boldest experiment in modern the $1 million question. Literally. Analysts at ARK Invest, one of Wall Street's most respected research firms, predict Bitcoin could reach between $500,000 and $1,500,000 per coin before the year 2030. Why? Because if just 5% of the global wealth currently held in gold migrates into Bitcoin, the price would mathematically have to surpass $1 million. That's not a fantasy. It's basic arithmetic. The question isn't whether it'll get there. I can't finish without talking about the giants who have shaped the Bitcoin conversation. Elon Musk sent the price multiplying with a single tweet, then crashed it with another, demonstrating both the power and the volatility of the market. Michael Saylor turned Bitcoin into official corporate strategy, and BlackRock launched an ETF that in its first few weeks attracted more capital than any ETF in the history of financial markets. When the wealthiest men and most powerful institutions in the world are playing on the same board. The honest story of Bitcoin includes its dark chapters too. FTX, one of the largest exchanges in the world, collapsed in 2022 because its founder, Sam Bankman-Fried, used customer funds for his own bets. Thousands of people lost their savings. The most important lesson you can take from this episode is brutal but necessary. If your Bitcoin isn't in your own wallet where only you hold the private keys, it's not truly yours. In Bitcoin, there's a sacred principle you need to tattoo on your mind. Not your keys. If you made it this far, you already know more about Bitcoin than 95% of the world's population. But knowledge without action is worthless. Here are 4 concrete steps to get started. First, keep educating yourself. Never stop learning. Second, choose a regulated and trustworthy exchange in your country. Third, start with a small amount you wouldn't mind losing. Could be $20, $50, or $100. Whatever feels comfortable. And fourth, consider a hardware wallet to store your Bitcoin securely off exchanges. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. We've reached the end, and I want to leave you with this. Every financial revolution in history had a moment where most people hesitated, waited, and let the opportunity pass. The internet seemed crazy in 1995. Smartphones seemed unnecessary in 2007. Bitcoin seems risky today. But those who studied, understood, and acted with conviction at the right moment changed their financial reality forever. You already have the knowledge. Now there's only one question left. Are you going to keep watching from the sidelines? Or are you going to be part of the future? Subscribe. Subscribe to the channel and ring the bell to never miss a video. Every week we publish information that can change your financial future.